Hey beloved, I'm back again. Today I'm relaxed at home. Um as promised, which I'm gonna come back with another video concerning a spiritual awakening. And to recap from yesterday, a spiritual awakening is actually a spiritual journey into finding your own higher self. And the triggers, what triggers is spiritual awakening. A spiritual awakening can be triggered by life-threatening illnesses, by divorce, by car accidents, by war, by quarter or midlife crisis, by mental health, for example, depression, by the pandemic, as we have been faced with the pandemic for the past 2 years. And I can attest to that because that's when I had to find my spiritual awakening. It took place for me. It started exactly the day our country was locked down to level 5, where nothing was allowed to take place in order to prevent the spread of the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic. So a spiritual awakening is triggered by such, where you find yourself questioning anything, and you find yourself changing your old habits. You find yourself paying attention to the relationships that you have. You find yourself questioning the belief systems that were put into place whilst you were growing up. What I can say is spiritual awakening. It's a journey that you don't take alone. It's the journey where you are being accompanied by your spiritual guides, by your ancestors, by your angels, and you are being led by the higher divine, whom others will call God, abanye umvelinqangi, in anyhow you call him. But a spiritual awakening takes place in that form. You are not alone. You are being accompanied. You are being looked after. And you are being taught so much. Even though its downfall is when you find yourself lost, when you find yourself confused, when you find yourself down and don't want to doing anything. You just want to, you feel like just sleeping and doing nothing, because there is so much that is going on in your mind. At times you don't even believe ukuthi you are going through a spiritual awakening. At time you'll just think ukuthi, hey, maybe I'm just overthinking things. Kanti no, you are being led. You are being led to find your higher self, so that once you have found your higher self, you'll be able to understand why you were brought into this world. What is the reason for you to be still alive while others have lost their lives, while others are still lingering out there and not sure of who exactly they are. So along this journey, you will be taught izinto that you believed when ukuthi will not make you who you are today. You will be taught ukuthi stop depending on other people's validation. Stop worrying about what the next person or the society nje at large is viewing things. You are taught to go deep and dig deep on the things that you were once told ukuthi if you don't abide by these beliefs, your life will be ruined. You are being taught ukuthi no, now that you are in this journey, you need to learn ukuthi life is not as it was presented to you as you were growing up. For example, your habits. If you have been this somebody who likes to be among a group, sometimes you gossip about people and you do all things that are not worthy, that don't serve you as an individual, that are actually a time waster for you. You start finding ukuthi you wanna spend time alone. You do so much self introspection. When you've been this social media addict, you find yourself slowly shifting away from social media, and you want to spend time researching and wanting to know more about life itself and the behaviors of people, different people that you come across or you are working with or you stay with. In your relationships, you start noticing stuff that you've been neglecting. Let's say maybe you were like most of the time being lied to, cheated on, and you will be angry, but at the end of the day you will forgive the person, and then life will go on as usual. But again, the same thing happens, and you find yourself keeping you keep on forgiving and forgiving, not actually aware ukuthi the more you allow yourself to be in a toxic relationship, you are losing your identity along the way, and then when you are on a spiritual awakening, you start questioning such, you start putting a stop, you start putting strong boundaries, strong healthy boundaries ukuthi if it is gonna continue to happen ukuthi every time you are being lied on, you are cheated, you are like your heart is being broken, you start when you are in a spiritual journey, you start putting boundaries ukuthi should this happen next, I am coming out of this relationship. And you do so because now you are not alone, you are being helped, and you are being like your wisdom is being increased on how you view things, on how you view life in general, so spiritual journey in short, it's a journey that comes to your life and asks you to journey into finding your higher self and finding who exactly you are, finding your worth, and then you finally know ukuthi you were brought into this world for a higher purpose. You were brought into this world to be a game changer. You were brought into this world to be an ancestral pattern breaker and your generational curse breaker. You are the one that will rewrite the future. You are the one that will move away from the self-limiting beliefs that you were brought up told ukuthi you need to believe in them. Other than that, your life won't prosper. You will be one changing that status quo because now you have tapped into this awakening. You actually, it's like you've been sleeping for quite a while, and now the time has come for you to be awakened and look at life in a totally different perspective, as you have been seeing it growing up. So for today, I'm gonna stop there, because I've mentioned the triggers that trigger you to find yourself in a spiritual awakening journey. So please, when you start questioning things that you always thought were right, but now to you they don't make full sense, pay attention to that and follow through, and you'll find yourself finally awakened, finally knowing who exactly you are, what you are brought into this world to do, and what is your higher purpose into this world. For now, I would like to end it there. Enjoy your life.